his way to a rushing title, but guess what? His offensive line, they're meeting separately because they want that rushing title as much as he does, and they want to make sure they get him there.
19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. So, Charles, here we are. Calendars turn to November. And if you think about great performances that we have seen from this, he's got it at the 15. Touchdown, Jaguars. D.D. Westbrook with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Jags have taken the early lead. I'll let you do the analysis, partner, but with every touchdown pass this young quarterback throws and with the success that his team has had, I just continue to be more and more impressed.
Let's both do the analysis. Impressed, aren't we both?
Yeah.
I mean, why shouldn't we be? We've seen him improve throughout the year. We've seen him settle in now, and you can see the confidence of the team has grown. His confidence has grown. I think that everyone around this guy feels good about what they've seen, and it's also safe for him when he's driving home to
Lambo to kick off for Jacksonville.
And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. Here come the Browns on offense with Baker Mayfield, the former #1 overall pick at quarterback. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their own 21. And from the shotgun, he'll throw. And his throw here's incomplete. Rashard Higgins was the one he was looking for. That'll bring up 2nd down. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10.
At the 21-yard line.
First carry for Nick Chubb. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game. So what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels. Because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run. How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. So time to see Jacksonville again on offense for the 2nd time here in this game. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs. Back to throw now on 1st down. Flushed out right. He'll try and run it. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on 1st down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
He's got a 1st down and much more inside the 20. Touchdown, Jaguars! Leonard Fournette, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Jaguars add on to their lead.
There's not much that's perfect in football, but that's about as close to it as you're going to get. Score, force a punt, score again.
And both drives were impressive. The opening drive was, that last one was. Now on the other side, though, what's your psyche? You're really behind the 8 ball.
You got to make sure you just hold in there. Survive the early storm. Relax a little bit and try and get back to your game plan. It's way too early for panic.
And we'll see if this rain affects the team's decisions going forward, but they kick it here, and it's good. A drive there of just 4 plays. And the man who finished it off with a run into the end zone, Leonard Fournette.
Josh Lambo to kick off for Jacksonville.
And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. On the return, Dontrell Hilliard. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Second drive coming up here for Cleveland as they return to the field on offense. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how the defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. He'll get this one underneath to Hunt. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 12 yards there and a first down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Mayfield off the play fake. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-round pick, D.J. Hayden. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. So more problems here in this first quarter. Already 2 scores down, and here they give away the football.
And if I'm the head coach, I think it's time to start lighting a fire under some of these guys. Now, you have to do it within your personality. They can't perceive it as fake. But I'd go get after some guys because they don't look ready to play to me. They look flat, uninspired. It's time to get moving.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back down and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay. Because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Brings up
the heavy set out there. 3 tight ends in the formation for 3rd and 3. They'll try and run for it with Fournette. He's got a first down and then some inside the 40. And he will be taken down, but not before he gets this to the Browns' 8. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up the 1st and goal.
And it is still early, just the first quarter. But you start prorating the numbers, and we might be in for some history. I mean, that last run puts him over 100 yards already, and we've still got 3 quarters to go.
They scored touchdowns on drives 1 and 2, and now they're trying to make it a perfect 3 for 3 to start. And that ball is caught by D.J. Chark for the Jags touchdown. D.J. Chark, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. Boy, these guys are off to the races, Charles. 20-0 already, extra point pending.
Yeah, you always hear that term. They just boat race someone. Heck, it's car race, motorcycle race, plane race, whatever you want. Right now, they are sprinting past them.
The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And it's now 21-0.
Browns nothing. Josh Lambo to kick off for Jacksonville.
And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. Ready to return, here's Hilliard. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Baker Mayfield leads the offense out for their next possession. And he'll look to rebound from the early interception that led to 6 points the other way.
And when he threw the interception and he had to come to the sideline, I guarantee his first thought wasn't about the interception itself, but what could result. And I know he was thinking to himself, come on, defense, bail me out. Well, they weren't able to in this situation. Now he's got to go out and atone for it himself, but he can't force things.
A good pickup there, 21 yards.
First down.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Running with Hunt here out of the shotgun. And he works his way forward for about 4 up to the midfield stripe.
The tackle made by...
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now. Hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
Joe Schobert.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
And it's third down.
And the Jags with 5 in the secondary now on third down. Mayfield looks to throw, and they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down.
Gain on the play.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
And they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. On first down, they'll run with Hunt. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
Carrier.
Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game? Maybe establish the run. I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's on the...
And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line.
Mayfield sacked. A loss of 5 yards.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They are not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
Jacksonville's pass defense holds serve. Fourth down.
They've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there to force the incompletion.
And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. And this score will stay right where it is. As a kicker from that distance, 56, 57 yards, so many things you got to worry about. But I am a little surprised he didn't get it there. Yeah, with the way kickers are nowadays, we're surprised anything under 65 that it doesn't get at least to the crossbar. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. The D-tackle Sheldon Richardson came barreling in for the sack. Following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13. This is caught inside the 15. It's a big play for the Jaguars. 44 yards. Boy, they've definitely come out of the gate smoking here in the first quarter. Whatever they've tried to run has worked, and there's another example right there. Game plan is one thing, but how about his accuracy? It's been exceptional. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Stepping up, he'll try and run. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down. This offense continues to be a hot night. 3 scores and knocking on the door again on drive number 4. Flush, and they will score. It's a Jacksonville touchdown. Taking it in from 2 yards out, and the Jaguars add 6 to their lead. He continues to show it really makes it happen. So what that tells me is the book on him has to change. You got to now plan for those legs as well as him throwing the football. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run.
Josh Lambo to kick off for Jacksonville.
And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21.
At their own 21-yard line.
Ready to take over again on offense. Out comes Cleveland. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal. And that can hurt the psyche of a team, because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them.
Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
A check on the numbers for Chubb from a week ago. 18 carries, 81 yards.
And he's hoping to have the same type of game, but he's going up against the #1 defense in the league, and they're very good at fitting the run. So now you've got to think offensive strategy, maybe a little more play action, and try and find some people open downfield.
It's third down.
Mayfield from the gun on third down. And that is incomplete.
So many times we see teams go on the road and want to lean on their running game, but this crew just announced they're going to try and air it out and make hay downfield.
Here's Jamie Gillen now as he'll kick it away for the second time. Westbrook now on the return. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. So here are the Jaguars to take over on offense. They've got the lead yet again in this ball game with their winning streak right now sitting at 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. His big tight end, Tyler Eifert, the intended receiver. And it's second down. 2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line.
Mike's 50. Mike's 50. Watch the slant.
Now Leonard Fournette. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 12 yards there and a first down. A nice completion there for the been all season. He was very clear in talking with the media that this offense is at their best when there is a balance between run and pass.
And for a rookie, he's a pretty smart guy, isn't he, Brandon? Because out there, made sure not just the fans heard about this, but it gets to his locker room, and they know that he's not feeling like he's above this team. But bottom line, he goes home, he looks in the mirror, and he says to himself, I sure hope they load up that box so I can throw the ball downfield because I'm the best quarterback in the league. That's how you have to think when you're out there running a team.
He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll make it 2nd and goal. Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
For Tyler Eifert.
I know every offense wants to start their snaps closer to the goal line, but it's actually harder to throw the ball in those situations. You throw into that tight coverage, you see what happens. Hard to get the ball in there.
Not enough space there. Lucky maybe that it wasn't intercepted.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts. This time on third down.
And Lambeau will put this one through. And they're well on their way now as the lead grows even larger. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
And he returns this to the 22.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard.
Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space, and try and make a first down and get some momentum going. It's been a struggle for them throughout the game, and that 3 and out on the last possession, that told you just how stalled they are on offense.
So who will step up here? We'll see. Tackle made by the longtime member of these Browns, Joe Schobert.
A gain of 4.
Nice job there on the tackle. Keep him to the short gain. And, of course, he got some good news this week. He was named AFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's effort.
And part of the reason he got that award, because of plays like that. Not every play is spectacular. Not every play is for a loss. Make the plays that are in front of you, keep it to short gains, and you'll pile up statistics.
A loss on that play, and now third down gets tougher. 3rd and 6.
That play was well covered. Just tried to check it down. Unfortunately, not able to find any yardage on that one.
The last completion actually lost a yard, so now they'll need to convert on 3rd down. From the gun, Mayfield. And that will be incomplete.
Mayfield's pass incomplete. Intended for
Here's Jamie Gillen now as he's on to punt for Cleveland.
Punt formation for the Browns.
And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. And here comes Westbrook. A strong running. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports.
31. Browns, nothing.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
Out of the gun now on third down. And he'll let this one. He's got a man complete. And they finally are able to take him down at the opposite 47. A big third down play there for the Jags. 42 yards. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 11 more on that one and another first down.
Solid carry there by Leonard Fournette. And last year, he achieved his career high in rushing yards with nearly 1,200. Ranked 4th in the AFC, 7th in the NFL. Loves to carry the football and gets stronger as the game goes on.
Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Tyler Eifert, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Jaguars are pouring it on.
And there's a situation where as a tight end, once he gets that end zone in his sights, he's not going to back down from anyone. He doesn't worry about running to daylight. He doesn't mind running through contact. That's totally fine by him.
And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. 5 plays there on that drive. And it results in a touchdown for Jacksonville.
Josh Lambo to kick off for Jacksonville.
And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And Hilliard will elect to not return it.
At their own 25-yard line.
The offense trots back out there. Let's turn our focus now to Nick Chubb. He's just been looking for some space. You know, I'm not going to pin it on him or the offensive line, but they need to get this run game going better.
Sometimes you just have to credit the defense. They came in with a plan themselves. So I think now you try and mix things up a little bit. Get the ball in the hands of some other people, find some other playmakers, but always let the defense believe that he's still a threat.
I was going to say, don't forget about him.
No, don't take him totally out of the game.
Miles Jack there to make the tackle. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
At the 28-yard line.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Miles Jack able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
In a blink of an eye, that happened fast. Now Mayfield lost the football. And did the Jaguars come up with it? They did.
The quarterback taken down and sacked.
And maybe that one caused by the weather. Of course, the rain coming down. Charles, can you maybe, when you're carrying that football, grip it too tight in the rain?
I think that you can, and it's such a delicate balance, too, because when you grip it so tight, sometimes it'll slip out from your body. You squeeze it too hard, and it'll pop out on its own. I've actually had running backs talk to me about that.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Leonard Fournette. His 2nd touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season. And the Jaguars continue to roll. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on, just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
Extra point tacked on by Lambo. And a rout is on here in this first half.
Nothing. Josh Lambo to kick off for Jacksonville.
And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And Hilliard will elect to not return it.
At their own 25-yard line.
There's Baker Mayfield as he and the Browns offense comes back out. In second quarter, they're down big already. He's struggling as well. They've got to find something here. He's got to find something on this drive.
And sometimes you take on all that extra pressure on yourself, and maybe you have to disperse it a little bit. Lean on some other people, lean on your teammates, find someone who can take the pressure off and get the ball in their hands for a while.
Or this, if he doesn't, this is getting out of hand, or it could get worse. They'll begin the drive with Hunt. Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Hunt, the ball carrier.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
On second and a yard, Mayfield. And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble. The Browns on third down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. The Browns on third down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. He's got his tight end, David Njoku. It's an 11-yard pickup. Thought they'd run it on 3rd and 1. Not the case. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving.
47's a mic, boy, 47. Check, 47.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield after a gain of about 4.
End result of that one, a nice 4-yard gain, so you can use that to set up your play-action game, or you can come right back and continue to run the football because as an offensive play caller, you're on schedule and feeling pretty good about your next couple of calls.
Now Mayfield lost the football. And did the Jaguars come up with it? They did.
The quarterback set. A fumble on the play.
All these years we've been watching the game, I start to get the sense that whenever it rains out, those guys have to touch the ball and carry it. They're extremely resentful about that weather.
Yeah, I'm just happy I'm not resentful that we have a roof over our heads. I know that much.
Yeah, maybe we won't fumble our play sheets here as we just saw the fumble happen on the field.
Fournette, a first down carry. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them. They did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
A pass there, complete to Westbrook. A second spin. Touchdown, Jaguars. D.D. Westbrook with his second touchdown here in this first half as his guys continue to put this one out of reach.
So whatever happened to rookie quarterbacks taking time to adjust to life in the NFL, because this guy looks like he's been doing it for about, 7 years? 4 touchdown passes? That's not something rookies are supposed to be doing with the ease in which he's doing it.
Lambo to add on the extra point. And the route is on here in this first half. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2.
Josh Lambo to kick off for Jacksonville.
And Lambo Lambeau now after the touchdown. He'll kick this one away. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And Hilliard will elect to not return it.
At their own 25-yard line.
Now Nick Chubb and the Browns get set for their next possession. They haven't been able to get him on track. They haven't been able to get this offense on track. No points so far.
Maybe it's time to start doing a few different things. Throwing the ball a little bit, maybe featuring other people touching it for a while, and then you get a chance to come back to him. Things have changed a little bit. They have to make an adjustment.
Still time for him here as we sit in the second quarter. Big Al Woods there to make the tackle.
A gain of 4.
Brandon, we just saw the benefits of being able to run the ball successfully. They pick up 4 yards on that carry. So now if you're a play caller, you can do just about anything you want, but on the defensive side of the ball, you're scrambling a little bit. Now you're behind trying to figure out, do I need to blitz him? Do I need to pressure him? How do I gain an advantage on this snap?
And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. And they regroup defensively after the broken tackle, getting to him just beyond the 45. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
They'll try to throw here. Mayfield. That's complete to Taywan Taylor.
Mayfield's pass.
That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. The Browns on 3rd down. Lacking much success. Just 2 for 7 to this point. This time it's 3rd and 3. And the throw there going to be incomplete. What a difference a week makes. Last week he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number, not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense has spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up with a really good plan to try and chip away at his timing.
Now this offense led by D.D. Westbrook trotting back onto the field. We're in the second quarter. He already has 2 touchdowns. We know how good he is. That's well documented. How do you contain him?
We know he's a nightmare. So in this situation, I would go ahead and double him, maybe even have a 3rd person in the area, and try and dissuade them from throwing him the football. Make someone else beat me for a while, because I don't know that their talents are his, because when he gets his hands on the ball, he breaks down my entire D. Someone else, they may not make the same type of a play.
Well, we know his talents are very good. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
2-yard pickups makes it 3rd and 8.
To the left side here for Eifert. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. That one a pickup of 15 for Jacksonville. A nice completion there for the rookie. Now, Charles, leading up to this game, he was very direct with the media during the week. He basically said, hey, lean on me. I can carry this team. Smart move, or does that just put an unnecessary target on his back? And now off to the races down the right side. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Keelan Cole with touchdown number 8 on the year. And this offense continues to pour it on. Great corner route there. Not only able to catch it, turn it upfield, and get into the end zone.
It usually involves a little bit of an extra move, doesn't it? You've got to get them thinking that you're moving to the middle of the field and you're breaking away to that corner. Boy, that was well executed.
Josh Lambeau to kick off for Jacksonville.
And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And Hilliard will elect to not return it.
At their own 25-yard line.
The offense trots back out there. Let's turn our focus now to Nick Chubb. He's had a good chunk of carries. Problem is for very little success. I don't want to put it all on his shoulders, but that's a big reason they're losing right now.
Have to be very careful that he doesn't start pointing fingers. Offensive line obviously trying. The defense has done a nice job against him today. When it's all said and done, It's all about the guy in the mirror. He has to get it done better going forward.
See if he can look and do some soul-searching now. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
On the keeper.
And we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But, you know, there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
They go with Chubb on second down. And he'll be brought down right around the 37.
On the carry.
And a nice carry and a first down for Cleveland. A nice pickup there by Nick Chubb, who's a bright spot for this Cleveland offense. He finished second in the league in rushing in 2019 with nearly 1,500 yards on the ground and got into the end zone 8 times. And how about this for durability? Has not missed a game in his NFL career. What a bounce back from a big-time knee injury while at the University of Georgia.
Pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
A run for Nick Chubb. And not much room to operate as he'll get this up only to about the 41. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
Well, now they're in a spot that every team tells us when we have our production meetings they don't want to be in 3rd and long. And that's because those back-to-back running plays just didn't accomplish a whole lot.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Joe Schobert. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. He's continuing to be a big presence defensively. Remember last week, AFC Defensive Player of the Week, and a big pick right there.
And when you pile up big numbers, it gets everyone's attention. But sometimes the number just needs to be, how many game-changing plays did you make? Did you take the ball away from the other team? He just did that, trying to win the award again this week.
And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. A big run there, 29 yards and a first. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Escaping the play. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Sheldon Richardson picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Complete to the right side. It's Eifert. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. 3rd and 15 coming up after that loss of 2. 3rd and 15 here after the 1st and 2nd down plays went in the wrong direction. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. And he nearly got the first himself, but it appears he's going to be about a yard or 2 short. That scramble good for 13 yards, but not good enough for a first down. It's 4th.
Well, it's not going to be a first down, but that's a nice job of picking up yardage on 3rd and long. Sometimes you just have to take what the defense gives you. And in this case, it wasn't enough to pick up the first down.
They're going to go for it now, 4th and 2. Remember, they can still get the first down at the 1-yard line, though. And they'll run with a man signed away from Washington. It's Chris Thompson. And he'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown. Chris Thompson, his 6th touchdown of the season as his guys continue to pour it on. Lambeau on for the extra point.
And we know they won't get their names in the stat sheet, but the offensive line has to get all the credit for that touchdown run. Tremendous job of blocking, paving the way for the 6 points.
Browns, nothing. Josh Lambeau to kick off for Jacksonville.
And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. Taken about 7 yards deep, and Hilliard will elect to not return it.
At their own 25-yard line.
And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. It hasn't gone particularly well for them, that's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go.
Now Mayfield lost the football, and the Jags grab it. They find some open field here. And he brings this one back. A fumble return for a Jacksonville score. This first half has been a nightmare for that offense. Defense just dominating them.
And when you're picking up the ball, picking up their mistakes, and taking it the other way and putting it in the end zone, that's a defense's dream. They're having that type of a game.
Everything that can go wrong has gone wrong for this offensive unit. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And a rout is on here in this first half.
Josh Lambo to kick off for Jacksonville.
So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And Hilliard will elect to not return it.
At their own 25-yard line.
Beckham and the Browns set to take over again. They've got to be thinking, how can we get him a little bit more involved here? Second quarter, you're down, and really, he's been out of the mix.
I would agree with that, and oftentimes you hear, well, we're just taking what the defense is giving us. But sometimes that's just not good enough. Sometimes you have to take what you want, and that means getting him the football.
Yeah, so far just a single catch in this game. And a good job of just fighting through one tackle there to pick up about 3. Second down coming up.
28-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Out of the gun, they run it with Hunt. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
Hunt, the ball carrier. Tackle made at the 38-yard line.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Well, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Mayfield leaves it for Hunt on the draw. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
6-yard line.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Nick Chubb, the intended receiver, but now it's 3rd down. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Eluding the pressure right. And he's got some space here. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down.
Normally we're talking about a quarterback duel where they're matching each other pass for pass. How about the footwork in this one? Both of these guys running the ball well.
Yeah, they've mixed in the run game. You're exactly right. Now, both coaches might not like how much their quarterbacks have taken off, but another example right there of just good mobility. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. Here's Mayfield. And finding the tight end Hooper. Stops short of the 25, but that second effort got him a couple extra. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion.
2nd and 2.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the 1st tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Working out of the gun, Mayfield throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Jarvis Landry, Pro Bowl wideout, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd and short. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that. And thus far, they've been successful.
Now Mayfield lost the football, and the Jags grab it. It's a foot race. He's at the 50, 30, 10, and he brings this one back. A fumble return for a Jacksonville score. This first half has been a nightmare for that offense. Defense just dominating them.
And when you're picking up the ball, picking up their mistakes, and taking it the other way and putting it in the end zone, that's a defense's dream. They're having that type of a game.
Everything that can go wrong has gone wrong for this offensive unit. Lambo to add on the extra point. And the route is on here in this first half. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there. Grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
The Browns take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Ready to take over again on offense. Out comes Cleveland. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back? Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Jags grab it. And he brings this one back. A fumble return for a Jacksonville score.
Jaguars.
This first half has been a nightmare for that offense. Defense just dominating them.
And when you're picking up the ball, picking up their mistakes, and taking it the other way and putting it in the end zone, that's a defense's dream. They're having that type of a game.
Everything that can go wrong has gone wrong for this offensive unit. Extra point tacked on by Lambo. And the route is on here in this first half.
Josh Lambo to kick off for Jacksonville.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line.
Browns take over first and 10 at their own.
Kareem Hunt and the rest of the offense making their way back out there. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. And Mayfield again with the interception, his third. Picked off near the 44. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Now remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
And he knocks it through. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Kickoff for Jacksonville.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line. So a net negative there of 4 yards.
Take over 1st and 10. At their own 21.
Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Mayfield. That 2nd down play nets a -4.
Behind the line of scrimmage.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Mayfield gives this one to Hunt, and they'll indeed stop him on 3rd down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down.
It's now 4th down.
Here's Jamie Gillen now as he's on for the 5th time here today. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Things starting to get interesting in this final weekend before Thanksgiving. So let's see what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started up at Lucas Oil Stadium in the capital city of Indianapolis. And it's the Colts who have the lead in the second quarter. Zach Pascal up over 100 yards receiving with 2 touchdown grabs. From there, we're off to check out another game. And it's the visiting LA Chargers who are out in front. Mike Williams, a touchdown reception. Lastly, let's motor up to the Motor City. See what's happening with the Lions at home at Ford Field. And they were losers in that one to the visiting Houston Texans. A field goal, the difference. 17-14, the final. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.